I found in my travels that most people are living solely for security. They're not living their life to the fullest. They're making decisions that require them to sacrifice everything, all in the name of security. They will take jobs that they don't like. They will marry people they don't like. They will shack up with people they don't like. They will put themselves in situations that they really hate, all for the sake of security. There are so many people that are afraid to live that they are consumed with dying. The fact is this: living life just solely for the sake of security really means that you're afraid to die. And that's actually foolish, because that's something that we all have to do. That's a guarantee. That is the only guarantee. Security is not a guarantee. However, death is. And so, why not get comfortable with the fact that we're all going to die? Why not get comfortable with the fact that we did not come here to stay? And why not try to actually live? I think if we were less consumed with death, we would think more about living life, and we would do the things that mean the most to us. We would marry people we really love. We would take that job that we really love, even if it paid less. And we would actually stop wasting so much time. I can't even begin to talk about the time that is wasted living. And the most time is wasted in our youth. You see, we are told from a very young age that we have so much time. We have time to waste. We have time to BS. We have time to not do the things that really matter. We actually have time to be stupid. Yes, we're told that we have time to act a fool and be stupid. I've realized that that is all untrue. The fact is this: we don't have time, because not any one of us knows when we're going to die. And so we hear this from people, and particularly people that might have some kind of terminal illness, or people that may be elderly. Some of them, the ones that are wise, they'll tell us to live our life like it's our last day. And it sounds like a cliche statement at this point, because so many people have said it. But we're not really paying attention to that. Because if we really were paying attention to that, we would heed those words. People are willing to do any and everything to have a life that is secure. It's to the point where they don't take any risk whatsoever. All they're thinking about is having some kind of safety net. I see people, I see people every day go to desperate measures for security. I have witnessed people marry people that they do not love. I have witnessed women who are so afraid of not having children and having a family and be married that they will go to measures you would not believe to get a husband and have a child. I don't want to say the story because I don't want to out anybody that I know, but there are people that have gone to desperate measures, and I've said to myself, this is really sad, because they're not actually doing what they want to do. They're doing something they feel compelled to do because they're afraid of being alone and they're insecure. So I guess what we should really think about is what we really truly value. And it always goes back to that. It always goes back to that. And why we are so afraid. I said it before. It really has to do with death. But it's inevitable. Why do we fear something that we know we have no control over? We have to learn how to make peace or find peace with what we have no control over. But the ego has to go in order to do that, because we have an arrogance about us. And this arrogance tells us that we're in control of everything. We're in control of our life. We're in control of things that we really don't have any control over whatsoever. And so we scramble about our life, most of our life, trying to make sure all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, and we're doing everything right, whatever that means for you. Everybody has whatever they think is right. I will tell a short story about a friend of mine has a sister, and she told me, I envy my sister. I said, well, why do you envy your sister? She said, because she just lives life and does whatever she wants to do, and she doesn't worry about what's going to happen to her. And I said, well, why do you envy her because of that? And she said, because I'm scared. I can't even make a decision. I'm scared. I can't make any moves in my life because of the fear. It just totally paralyzes me. And she just does whatever she wants. So it's the freedom. It's the freedom that her sister has that she actually envies. See, that's the thing about fear. And I'm going to have a podcast about fear, friends. It paralyzes us. It keeps us from living the life that we truly want to live. And again, once we peel away the layers, we find that living for security has to do with fear. We find that not taking risk has to do with fear. We find that a lot of the decisions that we have made in our life that have made us and contributed to our unhappiness is all because of fear. Once we realize, when we begin to think rationally, and we realize that there really is no such thing as security, that at any moment you can lose everything you have. You can lose that spouse that you so depend on. You can lose that job that you so depend on. You can lose the relationship with someone that you depend on. Everything that you depend on, everything that you have bet on in your life, you can lose. There are no guarantees except the fact that you're going to die. I am going to die. We are going to die. We have to make peace with it. The moment we begin to constantly reinforce that in our minds, we begin to live. We begin to make decisions that matter. We begin to take risk, and we begin to say to ourselves, well, I'm going to do this. Yes, I am going to do this. I've always wanted to take that class. I'm going to take it. I've always wanted to travel. I'm going to travel. I always wanted this particular kind of car. I'm going to just get that kind of car. Now, I am not saying we should be reckless. What I'm saying is we have to learn how to live. And I have watched so many people abandon life, all for the sake of security, and remain in perpetual fear. Yes, a perpetual state of fear. Have you ever noticed something about children? This is one of the things that I truly admire, and I've been around many children in my life. They're fearless. They don't think about consequences. They don't think about security. And I guess because they don't have the world on their shoulders and they don't have to worry about bills, which is a privilege. But that's true freedom. It's having that childlike personality, that childlike mind, really. Being able to just live just for the sake of living. Is it possible to get back to that? That's the question I want you to ponder over. Ponder on that. Is it possible to get back to that childlike mindset? So I'd like to continue to talk about this. You know, I love to just go into more detail and have a conversation. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know if you'd like for me to talk about this any further. Until next time.